wanted to share about how empowered I feel at this moment by being around so many powerful women in my community. And also, I feel really happy for myself because um, I have a tendency, and I had a tendency to get really hyper focused in on like a project or something and then prioritize that. But when I'm prioritizing that, I will shut off for the other things around the world. So it's like I open up for one thing, and then that's where I put my energy and my focus. But it's hard for me then to share my focus and my energy and my love with a lot of other things around me. Not completely, but there's definitely moments in the day where I'm like rushing. So like, I get on my scooter or I rush by, like my gardener or whoever, like, and maybe I'll say like hi, but I don't stop to chat. I don't stop to communicate. I go to the grocery store quickly because like, I'm kind of like behind schedule, and just like a lot of rushing. And when I actually stop and take the time to smile at someone or make eye contact or be curious and ask questions about them, then I actually can have these like conversations and begin the relationships with the people that like I want to have. Like for example, I had the first conversation with a lady at the vegetable store yesterday. Maybe it was a good time for her as well, but it was a good time that I was asking her questions. She was more than happy to give me so much information about where other fruits and vegetables are from. We talked about being entrepreneurs, business owners, just we talked about so many different things, and it was so nice to be able to have that moment with a community member, with a neighbor in a sense. And yeah, I just really feel grateful for that experience. And I feel really grateful for also taking the time right now to invest in myself. So I'm investing in myself in a number of different ways. One is that I'm using my own savings to support myself right now so that I can work less and I can work on some other things. I'm in a conscious business course, and I feel grateful for that. I'm also joined this like holistic community, and from there's some I am getting some energetic information from there and some community from that. I also invested in going to the gym, and I bought like a monthly pass. And my personal trainer, she's not a personal trainer, she's like the trainer there. But sometimes there's no one at the class. So I feel like it's like my personal trainer because she's just like so positive. And I'm really happy with Liz from Blast Studios. And each class I go to, if there's like a lot of people or if it's just me, she still brings the same amount of energy, enthusiasm, love, and like sometimes I'm like I kind of feel guilty like if I'm like the only one that shows up for a class, because I know as soon as I finish my class, there's gonna be a whole nother class that goes on right after, and she has to be like talking all that much again and so attentive and energizing, and for me that it looks exhausting. But then I remembered now that when you're doing something from your heart, from your passion, you have the energy. So she has the energy to do that, to give people the energy, to train people, to show up for them, to share with them, because she's coming from a place of passion. She's coming from her heart. And so that's how she can do this day after day after day, however many different sessions in a day. Like, it's a lot of energy to be putting out there. Plus she's also working out. Like, she's just a very strong, physically strong and mentally strong woman. And then the other person who I was really inspired by is Dalila she was like my surf instructor in Chakaba on the weekend. And she too was just like this woman that is more just than just a surf instructor. First, my limited self first saw like the price of a surf lesson. I was like, oh, I don't want to do a surf lesson. Like, is too much money to invest in myself. And then I was like, fuck no. It was like, you're here. I went out by myself the first day, like almost killed myself, just like struggling so hard, just like fighting the waves, getting rolled, and I wanted to become better. So I made the investment, and it was like way more, like the value was completely there. And actually she gave like a lot of her time and a lot of experience and a love of heart, and wasn't just like, oh, go out there and I'll push you on a board. No, she like made sure that I felt good. She asked me like my emotional needs for and desires for the session, and I was honest to her that actually like one of the things is that I have like high anxiety when I go out to start surfing because I don't feel confident in knowing where to put myself. I don't want to cut somebody off. I don't want to hurt somebody. I don't want to be in the way of somebody when they, they're taking their waves. And so we spend a large part of that lesson kind of learning about that and just, watching people and knowing how to go out, and also having the confidence to put yourself and having the confidence to take up some space as well, because everybody has the opportunity to take up some space and to catch a wave. So it's like, yeah, it's just like some really great lessons, and I'm going to be sharing the video about Liz. I did a little interview with her about how she got started being like a personal trainer. And I'm also going to share the story of Dalila, that of just like how she is a surf instructor, but just not a regular surf instructor, is more like a holistic surf instructor, because she works with the people physically, giving them training exercises and seeing what their body needs. Also emotionally, kind of seeing where they're at and encouraging people and pushing people to their levels. And then obviously it's spiritual, when you get out there and you're in nature in that way, and you have to surrender and just be part of nature. It can be a very transformational experience. So, and same with Liz, with the trainer at the Blast. At the end of the class, it's not just like, okay, everybody go home and drink your protein or whatever. It's like inhale, receiving, reconnecting with your intent. She doesn't say this, but like, inhale, receiving, and, and being like positive affirmations, and then exhale, releasing anything that's no longer needed. I know when I was like, yesterday when I was at the gym, I was looking at myself in the mirror, I was doing things, and I was saying my positive affirmations, and at the end of the day, I like inhaled up and I received that I'm abundant, that I'm confident, that I'm loving, and then I exhaled out any of that, my negative beliefs, and it's like next level. Like when you incorporate energy, breath work, spirituality in with exercise, in with the sports, that's when you really can have transformational experiences. And I'm just like super stoked on this, and I'm stoked that I realize this, that I'm able to do this, and also that there's women in my community that are teaching this and offering this. That's why this place is so special, because it's not, and these women aren't like, the woo-woo type. No, they're like strong, hardworking, beautiful women that also are just connected to their heart spaces, and it's inspiring.